Hi everyone, it's Annie from Now There's a Crafty Idea. Hi, I've missed you. I'm glad to be back. Thank you for all your kind messages, I really appreciate it. Dex is doing good. Yeah, he's back to his normal self now. And he is running Wyatt. So yeah, he's back to his normal self and eating me out of house and home, which I don't mind. Because, you know, it shows that he's healthy again. Right, so today I just thought I would do some little flip corners. I think they're Patricia Viamontes. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a few. I need some for some upcoming journals. And I just wanted to do a nice little craft with me. You know, nothing new, nothing special, nothing, you know, just let's have a chat and a craft. That's all I thought, you know, it'd be nice to do. So, right, first of all, let's have a look at what we've got. So I have these are coffee dye papers, and I've got blue and pink, and I just thought, you know, they're nice colours, and I think I want the pockets to be like different when I put them on the page, because I usually put them onto coffee dye pages. So I thought if I use coffee dye paper, it's going to be too same. I wanted them to pop a bit. And then I also had this. Now this is scrapbook paper, and I've coffee dyed it because I wasn't very keen on it the way it was. It just didn't look right, so I coffee dyed it and it came out looking great. And I thought, well, they're the perfect size for a nice big corner flip, so that's what I thought I'd use. So we'll start off with these. Oh, and I've got some doilies. I've got some heart-shaped ones and some smaller heart-shaped, and then I've got some circles, and they've all been coffee dyed as well. And then I've got a variety of other bits and pieces that we'll use as we go on. So which is the side? Oh, I like this side the best, so you can be the front. Now I think that I've got these about square. I mean, they don't have to be perfect. Where's my bone folder? But I think I've got them about square, so hopefully they're going to be good. Yeah, and they're going to be quite big. I might end up having to snip off that little corner when we get them in the book, because I think that might be slightly too big, but that's fine, because, you know, slipping off the corner, it doesn't really matter. Just, you know, whatever works. Right, let's see. I kind of like these colours. I like these colours too. I'm going to go with these colours because, you know, a lot of the journals I'm going to be doing are kind of autumny journals, so I kind of want autumny colours. So that nice orange and red there is going to be lovely. I mean, I'm not going for the whole autumn look. I'll pop it that way. I just want it to look, you know, okay. Right, what I'm going to do is, because before I'm just going to check, because before I decorate it, I want to make sure, you know, it's just going to need just a snitch off that side. So we could cut that off now, and then that's done. And it doesn't, you know, it doesn't make that much difference. It's just a little snippet off. It's still going to look pretty, and it's going to fit, but it's going to be a nice big pocket, this one. So, you know, it's going to get lots in, and then you've got a whole big chunk of journaling space there. Yeah, that's fine. Right, let's do this one as well. Probably about the same. Right, now let's see. I was thinking for these, because these doilies that I've got, if I can pick one up, they'll be okay, but I'm not sure. I don't know whether maybe it's one of these heart ones. It's going to cover more of it, but it's got more lacy parts, so you're going to see through it. Well, I think they're both just as good. I mean, I suppose I could do one of each. We'll do one of each. It doesn't really matter. And then we can decide which one we like the most. I kind of like that one, because you've got like a nice space for decorating, but it's got more of a lacy effect, so you see more of the paper through it. Well, we'll do one of each, and then, you know, whichever one we think. I like that one. There we are. Right, okay, now we need to glue those down. So I don't think I picked up my glue book. Let me just look. I think I've left it somewhere. I do have another one, but I don't know what I've done with it. Right, excuse me one moment, I'm just going to pick up a glue book. I'll be back. Okay, I got one. I found one. It's always, you get yourself settled and you think you've got everything and you're like, oh, I forgot the one thing that I'm really going to need. Right, I'm not going to glue the whole of this down because I think trying to glue these, you end up tearing your glue to pieces and having big splodges all over the place. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to glue the centre bit down because I think that'll be enough. And I don't really think we need to glue the whole thing down anyway. It's not like it's gonna fall off or anything, hopefully. I think that the centre bit's enough. And then this is, you're going to get that added dimension of that just lifting up. Okay, I'm not even going to bother trimming that bit off the back. Although this one probably will need that extra little bit of glue. I might, just because when you're pulling things in and out of the pocket, I don't want it to get stuck and like pull up. Do you know what I mean? You probably don't. Again, I'm back with the prattle. Right, now this one as well. And we've got some nice big pieces on the back that we can glue. I'm just going to run a little bit of glue gently because I don't want to tear at my glue, and that's the problem with these doilies, they do kind of tear at your glue because of all the little bits. Right, let's see if I can get this right. It's about there, I think. Yeah, doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, I like the fact that you can see it still lifting up, and that just gives it that added bit of dimension. Yeah, and that's down firmly enough at the back. Okay, so we've got our bases. Now I've got a selection of things that I want to use. I've got some lace, which I was thinking it would be nice to run a bit of lace along the top. Let me just pull that thread off, and I kind of like that idea. And that's a nice coloured lace, isn't it? Okay, let's do that. Let's just run that up there. And I'm just going to snip it at both sides so that it matches the pocket. Right. And then I'm going to do the same on this one. And might be useful to do it that way. I like this lace because it's quite a dark brown, but I think when you're coming up to like autumn, it's kind of the colour palette that you're looking for anyway. You know, the darker colours, the more earthy colours, and I kind of like that. I've cut that just slightly too short. Not to worry, the glue will stick it down. No, I'll cut it again. If in doubt, cut it twice. What is it my dad used to say? Measure twice, cut once. Yeah, the amount of times that I used to sit there and measure. Yeah, he was right. Don't you find that annoying, that all the things your parents used to say to you and you used to think, what a waste of time, and they all came true? And now I find myself saying them to my kids. Yeah. And now my kids are like, I can't wait to sit there in, in years to come when they're like, you were right. With a big grin on my face. Not that I would ever admit that to my dad. Yeah. He already knows he was right. Doesn't need me to tell him. Oh, bless him. He's quarantining at the minute because he's had to have a test because he thinks he's got it. He lives in an assisted living place, and bless his cotton socks. He's like, do you know why I'm isolating? He says it's not because I'm bothered about me, but it's all these old codgers in here. I'm like, Dad, you are one of those old codgers. He's like, no, I'm not. So I've got to look after them, you see. Bless his cotton socks. He's not feeling too poorly though. He says, I've just tired and I've had a bit of a cough and I'm, you know, I'm keeping an eye on him from a distance. There's only so much you can do, and I mean there's people there around him, so I'm glad that he's somewhere where he's got people with him. He's trying to find a place closer to us because we all kind of live in a different city to him, and it is only about only about 40 minutes away, but it's still, he doesn't like driving because he's got bad knees, and he wants to be closer to us now. So he says, isn't there some of them places like near you? Isn't there one like just up the road from you? I'm like, no, they're full. He's like, is that just because, you know, I'll be calling on you all the time? I was like, yeah. You know, I've spent many happy nights sitting up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning debating with me dad, because we are just like butt heads all the time, and he does it to wind me up. He does, and he does. And the last conversation I had with him, he spent 2 minutes telling me, you know, I'm fine, it's just a bit of corona, I'll get over it, and then 25 minutes talking about how the government's wrong and the big corporations are using COVID to take over the world. I'm like, right, I think we're going to cut down your internet usage. So yeah, that'll be fun. Right, I've got these lovely flowers. Now I've got a variety of different ones. So I'm just going to grab what I've got. Now, these ones I think are too spring because it's like little May blossoms, so they're out. I don't want them. I like these ones, but I think they'll need inking up. I'm liking these leaves, and I think they might look nice with the flowers. And I think these ones are too small for these big pockets. They might be good for the others. But then I've got these ones, and I kind of like them ones too. And I mean, if I'm going to go colourful, then why not go colourful? But then I think this would suit the colour palette a bit better. Excuse me, very dust in the air. Right, so let's get a couple of these out. And they're lovely. I think I'll use one of each. I think that's supposed to be like a poinsettia type thing, but it doesn't matter, it'll still look good once it's inked up. I know this is not going to be for a Christmas journal, but there's no rule against it, is there? Okay, let's see what leaves we've got. And I got these all from Hobbycraft, which is just it's a big craft company in the UK. Though unfortunately I hear that they're in a bit of distress because of everything that's going on at the minute with COVID and everything. I'm just going to pick out some similar leaves with more sedate, like kind of tempered. Let's have a look at these smaller ones as well. Yeah, so I hope they don't go under, because I mean, what am I going to do for my craft stuff? I mean, we've lost nearly every craft shop in the last few months. My favourite one that I used to go to pick up like loads of my stuff, that closed down before Christmas, just before Christmas, and now Hobbycraft's in trouble, and I'm like, no, what is happening to the world? Do you not realise how important craft stuff is to the sanity of humanity? Let's face it, if the crafters go down, we're all screwed. Yeah, I don't think the government's that bothered about that priority though. we're on our own, I think. Oh, I like that. That's very pretty. I like that. These are going to be quite dimensional. I'm not bothered, because, you know, sometimes you just need something dimensional. I do think these ones are going to be just a bit too small. We'll give them a go though, because I do like the smaller ones. Actually, that's not bad. I kind of like that. Let's just switch that one out for one with a bit more colour in it. Yeah, You know what? I'm kind of liking that. I am going to do them different because I don't want them to be carbon copies of each other. You know, it's, yes, you can, they might end up in the same journal, but I want them to look like different to each other. Now I'm just wondering if I should put a little bit of music paper underneath. Let's have a look and see what it looks like. And this is quite a small music font. Would you call it a font? I don't know. Because some of the books I've got, it's really big, and this one's quite small. So I wonder if we just slip that under there. Just kind of, maybe as if I put it the other way, poking out a little bit underneath. And then same with this one. I'll get there eventually. My fingers won't work. There we go. What do you think? I kind of like it. I think once it's inked up, it'll look nice. You know what though? I think it needs to be a bigger piece of music paper. Not that these scraps will get used, so let's make it a bit bigger. Because why not? I think, you know, these are nice big pockets. Let's use that to our advantage. Let's get a nice big piece. Let's see what this looks like. Now that's a bit too big. I think, yeah, that's much better. I like that. And I think this one, once it's tucked underneath, let's see, go under, that's it. Yeah, oh, I really like that. Yes, yes, we're doing it, we're doing it. Right, let's start with the music paper. I want to get some ink on it. Where's my ink? And I'm just using the vintage photo. Let's get everything a bit distressed and give it more of a like autumny colours. Let's get the colour going. I tried to get the I don't know if it's called Pink Marmalade, the orange distress ink, Tim Holtz, and it was sold out everywhere. I looked, I went on Amazon, everything sold out, sold out. I was thinking, well, it figures, you know, it's that kind of year, it's that time of year when everybody's buying it. Or was it called Pumpkin Spice? I think there's a couple actually, Spice Pumpkin and Pumpkin Spice, I think. So yeah, couldn't get it, but not to worry. I'll probably get it just in time for Christmas when I don't need it. Yeah, I like them. Right, let's get them glued on. So I hope everybody's been good while I've been gone. I have missed you. You know, I miss like replying to your messages and seeing the interaction. I love like messaging back, even if it's just to say thanks, because sometimes, you know, when I'm really busy and I don't have time to sit and write a paragraph, just the fact that I've got something to reply to, it's so nice. And I see your names all the time, you know, and oh, I just love it, my peeps. So I hope you're all doing well. I know that well, those fires in America, wow, I mean, oh my goodness, boy, you guys are going through it at the minute. You really are. I am so sorry if you're caught in any of that and everything else that's going on. I mean, yeah, right in the middle of a pandemic and all. Perfect, eh? Oh, look at that. Now that just gives them that nice little, just on the autumn turn look. Oh, I like that. Yeah, okay, let's do this one and see if, yeah, see, it just makes it look like the leaf is just turned, it's just about to fall from the tree. Yeah, lovely. This one's already got a little bit of colour. Yeah, so those fires, wow, I'm really sorry if you're caught up in those. Stay safe. Wow, I mean, we complain about the weather here in England, but we have nothing like that. I think we get the odd hurricane, but we get the tail end of them. So we don't really even put up with that much bit of wind and rain. I mean, I think the west coast gets it worse. I'm on the east coast, so we don't really, we get all the rain, but we do get the beast from the east, which is the Siberian wind. Oh boy, that is cold when it comes. But yeah, it's nothing like people having to be evacuated from their homes and that. We get flooding. I think that's the worst we get in Britain when it comes to it affecting our homes and our lives, is that people do get flooded out regularly in different areas, because, like, you know, we could do with a bit more rain over here. Because I don't think we quite have enough. Yeah. So yeah, we do get flooding in that, but I can't imagine what it must be like to be fighting for your house in a fire. Wow. A forest fire, I should say. Right, let's get this one inked up and see what this one looks like. That's a little bit bent there. So Dexy, yeah, he had a lot of complications. The problem was he's got a condition that a lot of springers get. They get lumps, and they're just like the fatty lumps, the gristle, you know, they're nothing nefarious, but they do kind of grow and they can get quite big. Well, he had one about the size of a large grapefruit, and it was underneath his leg, so it was starting to restrict his movement. So it was a case of, you know, we had to have it removed. He's got a lot, and I've never bothered getting them removed because, you know, an operation, he doesn't really need it. He can live with it. It's not causing him any harm. It's not causing him any problems. I'm not going to have him operated on just for aesthetic reasons, but this one was causing him trouble. So we got it removed. And I mean, he's had operations before, but he was a young dog the last time he got operations, and he bounced back really quick, and he wasn't really ill at all. This time, not so much. He's an old man. I think I've told you lots of times before. He is an old man, and he didn't bounce back so quick. He got a couple of complications, and it was tough. It was really tough. We took it in turns to sleep downstairs with him to keep an eye, and we tried to make sure that he had someone with him at all times. Obviously we work, but luckily the way it fell that week, we managed it because one of my daughters had quite a few days off, and the other daughter is working part-time, so she managed to cover the days that she wasn't there, so we managed to stay with him. And it was awful. It was really horrible to see him going through that, but you know, you blame yourself, and you get really you feel really horrible, because you think, oh, could he really have not just lived with it? You know, did I really have to put him through this? But we did, because, you know, it was going to get bigger, and it was going to cause more problems, so we did have to do it. It's just, you do question yourself. Nobody wants to see the beloved pets suffer, and yeah, so I've had a huge guilt trip for days. And he wasn't very happy with me, because I'm always the one that has to take him for his treatments. I'm always the one that drops him off at the vet and leaves him there. And when he wakes up, he's you know, he's disorientated, he's in pain, he doesn't know what's happened, and it's always me who's the one who does that to him. So he wouldn't talk to me very much, but we're best mates again now. He's back to his mummy. He loves his mummy again. But yeah, it wasn't very nice, but he's fine now. I mean, the problem now is stopping him from running around like he's a puppy, because he still wants to, and I'm like, you've just had major surgery, chill out. You need to just stop. Right, so those ones are done. I love the way they turned out. They're going to be gorgeous. I can't wait to figure out which journal I'm going to put them in. And I don't think it makes that much difference that we've had to snip some. Those flowers look great, so I'm pleased we used those ones. It's kept a nice colour palette. So we'll pop those ones aside to dry, and let's do a couple of these ones. Now, like I said, these are just coffee dyed paper, so I'm just going to pick out just a couple of each. So this is scrapbook paper, but it's out of the, you know, the scrapbooks that it's like kind of like construction paper. So that's what that is, and I coffee dyed it and it came out great. And then this is just printer paper that I coffee dyed, but it was blue printer paper, because you can get any colour you want. So let's get these folded and ready, and then we can decide what we're going to do with them. I'm thinking I might use the coloured flowers on these because there's already colour in them, so it's going to match the colour palette. And I love the way the coffee stains goes around the corners. I do sometimes try to get like a lighter stain on my pages, because I think sometimes when I do my coffee dyeing, they do tend to go a little bit too dark sometimes. But then I love this kind of grungy look. You know, I envy Gail Agostinelli. Hi Gail. Her coffee dyeing is perfect. The colour, the hue, everything, and it looks great. But I'm always a bit more heavy-handed, and I end up with grunge. But I do like grunge. Elegant grunge. That's my aesthetic. Elegant grunge. And so yeah, I think it works out fine. So right now, let's see. I think we're going to be okay to use these littler ones, but I'm gonna have to cut them. So let's see. I've got that. Now where's the heart ones? Is there not a different? I want one with a little bit more colour. See, the heart one fits right down into that corner. I think I'm going to use the heart ones because I like that they fit all the way down into the corner. There we go. There we are. Right. So I'm going to cut off part of these, but this is fine because these are going to do great when I'm doing a collage. And I've got a load of collaging to do in the future. Drop me a message, drop me a text down below, drop me a comment. I'll get there eventually, and let me know if you like watching me do the collages, because I do like doing them on film, but I often wonder whether you're just bored of seeing me collage. So drop me a comment and let me know, because if you like it, then fair enough, I'll do collages on camera, but if you don't, let me know, seriously, because it's personal preference, and I'm not, you know, that bothered either way. It's nice to do them with you because then I've got someone to talk to while I'm doing them. But is that something that you like to watch? Personally, I do. I like watching people do collages. I love watching Gail do hers because she's so fast. And I've been watching, I'm trying to think who else I've watched do collages. You know what, I've been watching that much YouTube just lately, because obviously having to sit with decks, you know, I've had like time on my hands because all of my craft things are in the craft room, so it's not like I can sit and do my crafting with him, because he's not supposed to climb stairs or anything at the minute. So yeah, so I've been watching YouTube instead, and I found some great like storyteller sites. I'll have to tell you about them because some of them are great, really good. I love storytelling, you know, I'm a storyteller anyway, but yeah, so I found lots of lovely sites. But and I'll warn you, my taste in stories, I love a good, I'm going to glue the whole thing down on this, I love a good ghost story or a good scary story. So I kind of listen to that type of story. It's not the stories that I tell myself. I prefer to tell fairy tales, but the stories I like listening to are like ghost stories. But yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of them. And Bee Buster's my favourite. I think he's great. He's this Australian guy, and he just tells all these like really creepy, scary stories. A bit like if you've ever heard of creepypasta, a bit like that. But he's got a really great voice, and I love his accent. I don't know what it is about the Australian accent. I love it, especially when it comes to storytelling. It's you know, it's a great accent. And then there's another guy. Oh, now I think it's called Let's Read, and he's American, and again he's got a great accent. I love American accents, and I think that's part of why I love listening to storytellers. I love listening to different people's accents. I heard one not long ago, and I can't remember her name, but the lady was Irish. Oh my word, the Irish accent is just the best, and it's so lyrical, and she told this scary story. She had me on the edge of my seat. It was brilliant. That's exactly what you want though, innit? When you're listening to stories, you want to be completely engulfed in them. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Though I don't think Dex was quite as into it as I was, you know. He just kept on looking at me as if to say, really? You know. Bless him. He had to wear the cone of shame because he kept on trying to bite his stitches out. And every time I went near him with it, he was like looking at me as if to say, Mum, no, not again, not again. I'll be a good boy, I promise. Just don't put that on me. He gives you this look, and he honestly makes you feel as though you've betrayed him in the most deepest way. Just because you're putting the corn on him. It's like, oh, you've broken my heart. Dogs, aren't they great? I love them. Right, so we've got our little things on. Now let's have a look and see. I think, you know, I like the idea of having something behind. So I've got this antique paper from an old antique book. It's that fragile, it's falling apart. See? Don't even have to pull and it comes apart. So let's put a little bit of this on, because I do love the colour. So I'm not gonna take too much of that edge off, although I think it just kind of needs. See what I mean? It's just coming apart. Actually, I will take that edge off. No. Right. I think I kind of like that. There we are. That's that one. Right, let's get the others done. Isn't it great when you can like save a beautiful old book in this way? I mean, the book itself was falling apart. It's never going to be read again, but now it's going to be part of a piece of art, and that's lovely. I like that. And all these little scraps I'm going to use up, so I don't mind so much. Because sometimes I think when you're using stuff up, you kind of feel a bit bad because you haven't you've got little scraps in that, but this one I don't mind. Right, I think that one will be fine like that, and then that one like that. Right, let's get them inked up. Though I'll have to be very careful with the ink because, like I said, it's a very fragile book. Oh, and I've been keeping up with the swimming in the sea. You'll be pleased to know I am still swimming. Yeah, I've been really enjoying it. I've got to say, now that I've got over my fear of it, it's really, really fun. And I'm not going to lie, getting in the sea in this weather, because it's not the warmest at the minute, is hard. I mean, you're talking complete numbness. So I can't, you know, some people take the time and get in slowly. I can't do that. If I don't take a running jump at it and get in immediately, then I get in my own head and that's it. I'm not going in. So I run and I just manage to get myself in, and then I start swimming, because once you're in, you can't stop swimming, because if you do, then you get freezing. You can't stop still, you've got to keep going. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and you know what, I've got to report, it is making a huge difference. I think I've told you I've got a few health problems, you know. I've got problems with my thyroid, and I've now got rheumatoid arthritis, which is like I've just been diagnosed with, which is great, you know. Let's add some more on, let's go. 2020, I love this year. But yeah, I've got to say that it is really, really helping. It's I feel great when I come out, and it gives you a buzz, and I can only describe it as the same kind of buzz I used to get after I'd been for a run. It's that kind of serotonin, endorphin kind of high, kind of on top of the world feeling that you get. And I'm sleeping so much better, and my appetite has improved a lot. And I can only say that it's all come from this cold water swimming. It's done really loads of good, and I honestly really feel so much better for it. So yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to continue with it, because winter, to quote the book, winter is coming. You know, it does get kind of cold, but the good thing about the sea is the temperature of the sea doesn't change very much, because in the winter it keeps us warmer than inland, and in the summer it keeps us cooler than inland. So kind of, you know, it's not a huge leap of difference, not on the east coast with the with the North Sea. And so yeah, it's kind of a bit, I'm going to turn those ones round so that it's not upside down. That's better. There we go. It's been really good, but like I says, I'll have to wait and see how long I can put up with it for, because getting in, oh boy, yeah, getting in's not easy. But yeah, I got over my fear, and now I love it. And we went last night, and I've got to say, like, we had such a laugh. It was quite rough. Now let's get some of the blue ones out. So kind of, is that too samey? That's too much of a clash. You know what, let's go samey. Sometimes, you know, it just works. Those are bright. I'm going to have to dull those down a lot with the ink. Yeah, that's a bit bright. Have you lost a petal? Or is it just the way you're positioned? I think it's just the way it's positioned. There we go. Yeah, the waves were big. So it took us a while to actually get through the waves to start swimming. And after about 5 minutes, you know, of swimming and not moving anywhere, me and my daughter just, my husband was off, he was gone swimming. But me and my daughter just decided to play in the waves. So yeah, we started bodyboarding in on the waves, and oh my word, we had such a laugh. It was so much fun. I mean, oh, you know, we just giggled and laughed, and people on the beach were walking the dogs and looking at us as if to say, yeah, there's a rabbit away somewhere. But it was so much fun. And you know what, it was so relaxing. Just to have that kind of, you know what it was like, you know, when you're a kid and you don't have a concept of time, and you're doing something that you enjoy, and time's got nothing to do with it, and you know, you're just in that moment. It was like that. It brought me back to that. It took me back to my summers in Cornwall, when we used to holiday in Cornwall, and it took me straight back there. I'm not going to bother with leaves on these. I don't think they need them. I want them to be a little bit more simple, and I don't know, shall I put a little bit, I'm wondering if maybe we could put a little bit of lace underneath. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm going to cut some little squares of lace. Yeah, so it took me straight back to me my summers in Cornwall, and when we just used to spend the whole day on the beach playing in the water, playing with the waves. I think, you know, we used to you could hire out these little bodyboards, and they were just like a short board. It looks like a tiny little surfboard. If you don't know what a bodyboard is, I wasn't aware that they were an actual thing, but yeah, and you could hire them out for 10 pence a day. So we would go to the beach. My mum would pack us a little picnic with sandwiches and a bottle of juice, and she'd be like, right, now you listen to your sister, she's in charge. And we just used to spend the whole day on these bodyboarding through the surf onto the beach, running back out through the waves, and then bodyboarding back onto the beach. And yeah, simpler times. It was just, and it so reminded me of that. I was just in a completely different place. And after the last couple of weeks, it was what I needed, you know, it was what I needed. Just complete and utter stress relief. And there's something to be said about acting like a kid now and then. Don't knock it till you've tried it. Because yeah, it's good for the soul. So I acted completely like a kid and squealed so much that people on the beach were looking at me as if to say, is she all right? And I didn't care a jot. I didn't care a jot. It was so much fun. And my daughter was like, at first she was like, Mom, really, seriously, Mom? And then I got her involved, and then before you know it, she's squealing along with me. We had so much fun. It makes me want to go straight back out swimming. But the hubby tried surfing the other night for the first time. His mate's been doing it, and he's been dying to try it, and he says, you know what, he's going out, I'm going to go with him. I was like, okay. So he went out surfing the other night, and he had a glorious time, loved it to pieces. But now his arms are aching like mad, and I mean, he's got quite a physical job. He's a mechanic, and he's got quite a physical job. So he's like, yeah, let's have a night in tonight. Do you want to watch a movie? So yeah, we're not swimming tonight. I was like, oh, I want to go. So no swimming for me. It's such a nice thing to do though, isn't it? Just to go, I don't know, it, you know, water seems to be such a calming influence on me. And I have always liked swimming in the river and that. And now that me and the sea have made friends of a sort, I'm really enjoying that too. Oh, these are turning out just gorgeous. I'm really pleased I decided to use these flowers, because I've been wondering what I can use them on. And they just seem to work perfect for these. Again, these will be dimensional, but that's okay. That doesn't matter, does it? It just means that, you know, it's just an added dimension to your book, to your journal. I have been shopping again, and I'm going to do another video. I'm going to have to do another video where I show you everything I've been buying. I've just gone through today. I went through all of the packs. I've still got a couple to print out, but I went through all of the packs that I've bought. And whew, I've got a lot. I didn't realise how many I'd bought. But yeah, I've bought some really great ones, and I wanted to show them, because I'm not going to get to make a journal out of every single one of them this year. I've got just too many things going on, I think. But yeah, I've got a few that I want to get on with straight away, but I'm going to show you them anyway. So I think I'll do a video, like a separate video for that. Oh, that one's, dear me, it's kind of crumbled a bit. I'm just gonna, uh-oh, we have a man down. No, we have a man down. Let's just give it a little bit of, there we go. There you go, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, so I'm going to do a video with them. So they are, I'm really pleased with how they turned out, and the colours are really nice. I like them. These are probably going to be more, not like, they're not going to work in an autumn journal, I don't think, unless it's got like pinks in it. But they are really nice, and these ones, I think I could get away with these in an autumn journal, because I've noticed that the colour scheme for autumn this year incorporates blues, which I'm really enjoying, because like a turquoise colour is my favourite colour. I love turquoise, it's always been my favourite colour. So the blues and the oranges, I'm kind of enjoying that kind of mix. So yeah, fun. So I'm really pleased with them. They turned out great, and these ones I think are about dry, and they turned out lovely. Oh yeah, see, it's nice sometimes just to sit down and make some ephemera, you know, with just a vague idea in mind. Oh, I've just dropped my glue. With a vague idea in mind of what you want it for, you know, because you never know what you're going to come up with. I think sometimes when you get stuck in a journal, you kind of, you can't, you know, it's kind of like you're stuck in that theme. So sometimes it's nice just to make stuff outside of the journal and just find a way of fitting it in. So I'm really pleased with them, and I like the fact that these have got a lot of dimension in them. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that little chat and craft along, and it's really great to be back. I'm really enjoying it, and I'll be back again. I am going to do a video with all of my recent purchases, the digital purchases. I'm still in the middle of printing them all out, so it might not be for a couple of days. And I did say I was going to do, I don't know if, did I say I was going to do another giveaway? I am sorting that out. I'm not going to give you a date for that because I'm still sorting stuff out. I've got a few bits and pieces to sort through. I thought I had it all done, but I just wanted to make sure that I've got everything, because there's a couple of things that I know I wanted to put in it and I can't find, because guess who tied it up again? I know I said I wouldn't, but I did. So yeah, I'll sort them out anyway, and we'll have another giveaway, because I like doing giveaways. It's cute. Right, so if you've enjoyed it, drop a like, drop me a comment, tell me how you're doing, tell me if you like me doing the collage videos, or if they annoy you, or you know, tell me what you think. I really would appreciate it. Drop a like, it really helps me out. And you know, take care, stay safe, and happy crafting. Bye.